Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Gambino, and I work with the Division of Professional Studies at UMBC. Welcome to the UMBC at Shady Grove Biotechnology Virtual Information Session. I would like to introduce Dr. Rick Wolf and Dr. Sheldon Broedel, who will be your hosts today. They will give you background about themselves and introduce you to the program. Just to let you know, the PowerPoint that is presented today will be sent to you. Without further ado, here is Dr. Wolf.
Good afternoon. Welcome to UMBC's Biotechnology Virtual Information Session. I'm a co-developer of the MPS program in biotechnology and its graduate program director. Soon you will also hear from Dr. Sheldon Broedel, who's the associate graduate program director and who is the founder and chief executive officer of a biotech company, Athena Environmental Sciences. Note at the bottom the web link that will enable you to get additional information about the biotech programs. So here's what we're going to be doing this afternoon. One important question is, why choose UMBC? We'll also tell you about the biotech programs themselves, the progression of programs as you go through them, the very important outlook for employment in this general area, and how you apply. So critical to your decision about joining a graduate program is the reputation of the institution. So UMBC is nationally recognized as an honors university with 40 years of excellence in teaching, and in particular, excellence in STEM teaching. We were the first institution in the country to offer a master's program in biotechnology, which is called the MS in Applied Molecular Biology. That was 32 years ago and was recognized as the first by the New York Times and Wall Street Journal. An important aspect of UMBC is we're not too big, we're not too small. We're a mid-sized public research institution with approximately 9,500 undergraduates and 2,500 graduate students. We offer 36 master's programs, 24 doctoral degree programs, and 18 graduate certificate programs. So here are some of the important benefits of our MPS in biotechnology. First, of course, is the outstanding faculty. The outstanding faculty that we have accumulated in our 40 years of education with emphasis in the sciences. And these faculty are experts in their subject matter fields, and essentially all of them have extensive experience in the biotechnology industry. And very, very important to you is that our faculty are chosen in part because of their accessibility and responsiveness to students in the program. They are available for you to contact, to ask questions, what have you. Another important point is we have an in-person classroom setting. The class sizes are typically 25 or a little less. This enables students, as above, to have personal contact with their instructors. And lastly, but very important, the curriculum for the MPS Biotechnology program was developed with partners from industry. This makes sure that the content is timely and relevant. And furthermore, they pointed out several things that were essential for graduates of a program like this. The first being that students would have a solid foundation in the sciences underlying biotechnology. Second, they would have experience and develop proficiency in interpersonal communications by working on and solving problems together in the classrooms, and also to emphasize both oral and written communications. So every one of our classes is emphasizing these benefits that will be important skills for you. So who is our program audience? So one important group is composed of bench scientists who want to move into the business or management aspects of the biotechnology industry. Another is other professionals with backgrounds in science, but not biotechnology, who want to enter the biotechnology field. Also, other biotech professionals who would like to advance their careers by having a graduate degree in biotechnology that includes some of the aspects and courses that we'll talk about in a minute. And lastly, some recent graduates who are interested in pursuing a career in biotechnology will be able to get the skills that will help open the door for them to get entry-level positions in the biotechnology field. Okay, so let me click here. So the programs here have outstanding value and conveniences. One, as a public research university, our tuition is very affordable compared to other local private universities. Secondly, for working professionals and others, our courses are all offered in the evening, and some are offered as hybrid online courses, facilitating the ability of those of you who have day jobs to be able to pursue your graduate education. The class locations are very convenient, one being in Montgomery County at the university is at Shady Grove, and the other on the UMBC campuses. And another important thing is parking is accessible and safe. So here is the list of biotechnology programs at both universities at Shady Grove and UMBC. The first is the MPS in Biotechnology, which, as I said, is part-time, and the courses are all offered in the evening. 10 courses are required for graduation, totaling 30 credits, which is what the UMBC graduate school requires for master's students. And it's important to note that in order to complete the program within 5 semesters, which is the minimum, students will need to take 2 courses per semester, one in science and one in management. We'll see more about that in a moment. We also offer 2 graduate certificate programs whose courses are also offered in the evening. The Certificate in Biotechnology Management, 4 courses, and another graduate certificate in Biochemical Regulatory Engineering. And I also mentioned that UMBC has a full-time lab project-oriented program that's offered only during the day at UMBC, this MS in Applied Molecular Biology. So the MPS, Masters in Professional Studies, is a new kind of master's degree developed over the last 6 or 7 years with the primary objective of enhancing people with undergraduate degrees in their ability to advance in their chosen fields, move up the ladder. So this provides advanced training in science without a PhD and business skills without having to obtain an MBA. As I mentioned before, our program curriculum was designed with industry input, so we know we're putting your education in the right niche for your potential employers. To make sure we're doing things in the right way, we have a professional advisory board, meets twice a year, and they give us good insight into what we're doing and where we should go or change. And lastly, this is an internationally recognized professional degree. Here's the MPS curriculum, 30 credits, as I said. The only thing that's required for admission in this program is a bachelor's degree in a life science, chemistry, biology, biochemical engineering, etc., and 2 semesters of organic chemistry. No other prior information is required. We will start with the organic chemistry and build your knowledge of science from there by starting first with a course in applied biochemistry. That applied biochemistry will enable you to take a course in molecular and cell biology, which in turn will provide the ability for you to learn and understand molecular biotechnology. We have a wonderful course in applied bioprocess engineering. This course is not to teach you to be a bioprocess engineer, but rather to help you understand the fundamentals in that area so that if you were part of a business group and you're communicating with a scientist, you'll be able to understand the discussion points. And lastly, we have a capstone course. It's called Emerging Topics in Biotechnology that is taught by Dr. Broedel and is focused on the students developing their own SBIR grant. So then we have a management core set of courses, 4 of them listed here: regulatory issues in biotechnology, management, leadership, communication, legal and ethical issues, and financial management. In addition to those 4, each student will choose one of these 3 electives. So that, again, you'll have 5 life science and 5 management courses. The certificates in biotechnology are designed for bench scientists or students who want a good understanding of the business aspects and legal issues of biotechnology. And note that all 4 courses are required for the MPS in biotechnology, and hence some students will start in the certificate program but then transfer to the MPS program, and all of those courses will meet the requirements for the MPS. Similarly, the certificate in biochemical regulatory engineering is ideal for students who want to learn all about the ups and downs and ins and outs of the FDA approval process, and they want to learn about and explore pre-market considerations that help ensure product approval. Working in a biotechnology company, this is an absolutely critical thing that needs to be done. I didn't mention it before, but in order to facilitate the teaching and the learning process, both our science courses and our business courses are sequenced. That is, in the fall semester, applied biochemistry is taught first. A C or better is required in order for students to move ahead and take molecular and cell biology, and then biotechnology molecular aspects, the engineering, and the capstone courses. Similarly, with the business courses, regulatory issues, legal and ethical issues, financial management, electives chosen in one of the 2 semesters, and the 4th required core course. And listed here are also the courses and when they're offered for the graduate certificate program. Note that you will be sent an email that will contain all of the information that is being delivered in this webinar today, plus a few other important bits of information that we don't have time to speak about today. At this point now, I am going to turn over the mouse and the platform to Dr. Broedel, who will talk about the critical issues and positions of employment in the state of Maryland in the biotechnology industry.
Thank you, Dr. Wolf, and good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to spend a few minutes talking a little bit about sort of some industry aspects, and a little bit more about sort of the industrial side of our program. So let me start with our professional experience program. The master's program in biotechnology was originally designed for working professionals. However, we've learned over the last couple of years that a lot of students that are interested in our program, particularly those from international companies and those who have been challenged by the changes in the economy, don't always have optimal professional experiences. So what we've done is created a professional experience program that provides students with the opportunity to gain industry-relevant experience over a broad range of subdisciplines, from bench research and manufacturing to legal affairs to marketing research and so forth. So what we've basically done is gone out and used the extensive biotechnology network that's available to us to get companies and organizations that can provide what are traditionally called internships, and I'll get to that in a second. But these are opportunities for students to work in an active professional area for a long period of time. So rather than just working for one semester as a traditional internship would be, these are more apprenticeships where you would be engaged for up to 2 years, the duration of your graduate tenure, working 15 to 30 hours per week for these organizations in a real-world experience. And so we have several students participating in this program already. We've got them placed in several different organizations doing a wide range of different things. In order to participate in this program, you have to apply. That's primarily to give us the opportunity to make sure that we can give you some counseling and coaching on how to put your resume together and how to interview and so forth. But more importantly, so that we can have an interaction with you to identify what opportunity is going to be best suited for your career aspirations. The last thing we want to do is put somebody in a manufacturing environment who is really more interested in doing market research. So we want to make sure that we match you with the right opportunity. And that's primarily the reason behind having you apply for the program. You'll get more information about this program in your packet. You're certainly free to email myself or Dr. Wolf, and we can talk a little bit more about this at some length under another venue. Now, let me talk a little bit about one of the things that you should consider when looking at a graduate program, and that is what am I going to do with my degree when I'm done? And one of the things that is important to look at is where are the emerging career opportunities within the industry. And this slide basically shows just a number of different areas where there's been significant growth in employment, and in a couple of areas where there's been a decline, where there's been a change in the industry and a shift to away from large-scale pharmaceuticals, and some of the diagnostics companies are actually reducing workforces. But some of the small biotech companies, research institutions, and other organizations within the industry are hiring, in some cases, at quite substantial levels. So you have to be aware of where is the hiring taking place, and just as importantly, where are those job opportunities? What skill sets do you need to be competitive within growing sectors of the marketplace? And for 2012, and this is a report that came out in Biospace, which is an organization that tries to connect biotech employers with employees, if you will. And they listed some of the top growth positions in 2012, and a lot of it involves regulatory affairs, clinical sciences, and so forth. And some of the positions where there was a decline, which were manufacturing, marketing, project management, these were relatively minor. The biotech industry as a whole has added more jobs than any other job sector consistently, even through the economic downturn, although, quite honestly, there's been a reshuffling of what job skills are needed. So it is very important to keep that in mind. But you can take a look at this at length at a later date. But something else to be mindful of is where there are opportunities for jobs and how competitive are those positions. So for example, this slide shows highly competitive job positions, meaning that when a job, for example, as a junior scientist opens up, the number of people that apply for that job is something over 300. So all through this sector here, which is very heavily weighted towards the bench research side of things, there are a lot of applicants for job openings. But if you look at some others that are really becoming more, I guess what you call the hot jobs in the industry at the moment, for example, regulatory affairs, there's less than 5 applicants per job. And some of the others here are noted. These are all job positions where there are fewer than 20 applicants per job. So if you have the skill sets or the academic training in these areas, and what I've done is noted with those 4 red arrows are areas that are concentrations of our MPS program, Regulatory Affairs Project Management. Those job skills are highly sought after by employers, and so when looking at a graduate program such as ours, you should ask the question, are you going to get training in areas that are relevant to industry? And the answer is yes. We are very mindful of that and make sure that our program is aimed specifically at training students, giving them the academic experiences that they need to be competitive in the marketplace. And I will say that all of our graduates from cohort 1 through cohort 6 have graduated and are actively employed in the industry, not just employed at McDonald's or Target or something else. They are engaged in professional careers within the industry. That's 100%. So we're very proud of that. And a lot of that stems from the fact that we pay very close attention to what job skills the students are going to need once they graduate. The admissions requirement for the program are fairly straightforward and simple. Bachelor's degree in pretty much any of the STEM areas, obviously biology, chemistry, biochemistry, chemical engineering, and biochemical engineering chemistry degrees. Those are all industry relevant types of degrees, but we've had students that have degrees in veterinary medicine, in food science, and some other sort of related fields, but not necessarily a degree in biology or biochemistry, and that's perfectly okay. Our curriculum is designed to work you through all of what you need at the master's level within this industry. For all graduate schools, the minimum GPA is 3.0 on a 4.0 scale. That's not unusual for any graduate school, and you need 2 semesters of general chemistry and organic chemistry. And this is really designed to make sure that all of our students coming into the program have a known base from which we can then build on. The application process is also relatively simple and straightforward. You can apply online. It's simply fill in the blank forms. There's a personal statement that you have to write. You'll need 3 letters of recommendation from people who can evaluate you and assess you critically. Then, of course, your official transcripts from all post-secondary institutions that you've attended, whether you went to 1 or 2 undergraduate institutions or have some postgraduate degree work as well. We need to have all those official transcripts submitted. Once that package is complete, it's sent on for evaluation, and the turnaround is quite quick. We do a rolling type of admission, so as soon as your packet is complete, it will be evaluated and a decision made regarding your status. So the sooner you can get your application in, the sooner you will get an answer back of whether you've been accepted into the program or not. One thing that we do request that's outside of the official process online is that you send a curriculum vitae or a resume. This is so that we can get a better idea of who you are. It's a little bit more involved than the online application, and this is something that we'd like to have on record, and we want to see what other things that you've done outside of the usual things that the graduate school needs on your application. If you have any questions about the application or the application process, you can contact Nancy Clements, who's with the Division of Professional Studies. Her email is at the bottom of the slide here that you will get in your packet. But please feel free to contact her if you have any questions or challenges or issues with the application process. She will help you out with that. At this point, I'd like to open the session up for any questions that you might have. And please feel free to enter your questions, and we'll answer them as quickly as we can.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wolf and Dr. Broedel, for a great presentation. We've got a few questions that have come in, but if you're still having questions and you would like them answered, please go to the right-hand side and go under the question panel, and we will get back to you right now if we can. If not, we will get back to you later in an email. But the first question that's come in is that I have a bachelor's degree in biotechnology from UMBC. Would that work? Dr. Wolf, would you be able to answer that?
Yes. The bachelor's degree is the minimal requirement, and biotechnology as a field falls under the breadth and umbrella of courses in the life sciences, so that would definitely be appropriate for you. And I am sure that we will provide education at the graduate level that will enhance your ability to get a position in the industry, especially since half of the courses that you will be taking are in the area of biotechnology management. Thank you for your question.
Okay, the next question. One topic that was addressed but came in as a question, are you still accepting applications for the fall semester, and what is the deadline? Yes, we are still accepting fall applications, and we have a deadline for August 1st. If you go to the website, you can look on for the requirements. We would like to have those requirements and application packet completed as soon as possible. If you do have any further questions, you can contact Nancy Clements at nancyc@umbc.edu. And again, we will be getting these the presentation sent to you in the next couple days with all this valuable information. Okay, the next question. I have a bachelor's degree in biology education from Nigeria, and I have evaluated it with the WES. I have a 2.83 GPA. Can I still apply? Dr. Wolf?
Yes. Yes, you still can apply, and the graduate school allows the program director to decide whether the background in biotechnology is sufficient that we would expect that you would be successful in our graduate program. That is by no means a guarantee. It could be that a good part of your 2.8 GPA is made up from non-science courses, and your science courses, are much less good. That might, be a strong negative. We'll also be looking at other aspects of your educational career that will be revealed by your personal statement as well as your resume.
Okay, we have more questions coming in. We'll get to a couple more, and those that we don't get to, we'll be happy to email you back with the answers. The next question, I'm a little confused about what does MPS stand for? A Master's in Professional Studies or a Master's of Professional Science? Dr. Wolf, would you like to take that one?
So The MPS is Masters in Professional Studies, and the PSM is Professional Science Masters. PSM is a national degree. The MPS is a state of Maryland approved degree whose coursework and curriculum requirements all fulfill the requirements of the PSM degree.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Wolf. We have a few more questions coming in, and they are related to the application requirements. I'd just like to note that we have taken note of those questions, and we'll get back to those attendees with the answers. I think at this point, that's it for now, so I would like to hand it back over to Dr. Wolf.
I would like to thank all of you for your attention, and hope very much that you will choose to apply to UMBC. We appreciate very much your participation. We really would like it and would welcome your feedback, and so we ask that you complete the survey at the end of our webinar so that we can continue to improve our webinars like these in the future. So learn more about biotech at UMBC by clicking on the umbc.edu/Shady Grove/biotech, where you'll see all the latest and greatest as well as what you've heard today. Thanks again.